Good morning, good evening, welcome, welcome. Om Jai Jai Sai Maa.
Jai Sai Maa, everybody.
Jai Jai Sai Maa. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome from all around the world.
Yes, Japan at 10 p.m., Europe, like Central Time, 2 p.m., East Coast at 8 a.m., and then Mountain Time, 6 a.m., and then I am at Pacific Time, 5 a.m. in the morning. Yes, everybody. So glad to see you and then to get together all over the world, and anyone watching the recording, and then maybe connect in the spirits together.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Welcome. This is our 4th annual Global Diksha Day, and this is community driven, and I'm so glad to see so many people around the world coming together and also watching throughout the day later or even over the weekend on the recording. So welcome and thank you for your service to humanity. Welcome. It's wonderful to be together. Thank you.
Great. So today's Global Diksha gathering will be 75 minutes long. And we are going to share the meaning of 1111 and then amplification of our service by Ashley. So we can hear many updates on Global Diksha request list, Diksha teams, and Diksha statistics. So we are going to activation and then connection of the Diksha grid by Kaori Wakita from Japan, and offering Diksha to the global list with already. Also, we can hear testimonial message by Kathleen Monk. So we are so delighted to be together. Let's start, Ashley. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiho-san. It's very early where Shiho-san is. She had to get up, I think, probably 3 a.m. Thank you. So, as I mentioned, this is the 4th annual Global Diksha Day. And every year we've met on this day in November, and it's the 11th day of November. And, oh, greetings from Egypt. Oh, Magda, welcome. So the significance of why we meet on 11/11 is 11 is a master number, and 11/11 provides a gateway. It's really an opportunity for us to join with others across the planet, and to focus on love, light, and higher consciousness. Step into the 11/11 gateway, and we dissolve the distortion veils from the human 3rd dimension. So we're closer to higher states of consciousness. It's a gateway, a powerful seed moment for the birthing of our soul and to help create a blueprint for the new earth. So everything that we do today on 11/11 is amplified with this intention. And it only happens once a year. Essentially, it's a gateway that opens to the higher ascended realms. And we together experience a rare moment of intense clarity and connection with the new ascended earth. In numerology, 11 signifies the mastership level, and 1 represents the initiation or invention or new beginnings that flow from the idea into form in action. So essentially, our actions today, each one of us has an amplified impact in our service. So we'll remain focused on love, will remain focused on service for awakening of the whole planet through this gift of energy of Sai Maa Diksha, which comes, it's very pure energy. It comes directly from source. And this mastery day will amplify and multiply all of our intentions today. So thank you for joining us today. And we have some updates about the Global Diksha. And we have a Global Diksha list that's available. It's available to anyone, the Global Diksha list. And I can see on my gallery view, I can see all of you. So please raise your hand if you've been on the list, the global list to receive Diksha. Most, but not all, not everyone. Wow. Okay, if you've never added yourself to the global list, this is available to you. And if you've ever added someone else other than yourself as a Seva, I've got you on gallery view. Please raise your hand if you've added someone else to receive Diksha. Oh, more. Even more people. That's great. How selfless are we as a community? Wonderful. Thank you all so much for being generous with this beautiful blessing of Sai Maa Diksha. And at this point, I just want to mention one individual who manages the list. His name is Joe Callahan. He's here in Colorado. I think he might even be on the call. Joe manages the list on a daily basis. He makes sure that everyone's added, and he manages it and loves that list every day. So thank you, Joe, for your dedication for these 4 years in managing the global list. Thank you so much. And there's so many people behind the scenes that help this Global Diksha program stay up and running and serve as many people as possible. So we, about 4 years ago, started getting together to offer Sai Maa Diksha to people in need. And this little seed group grew, and we got so many requests for Sai Maa Diksha that we thought, oh, let's have other communities offer this Seva as well. So then was born Global Diksha Seva teams that offer Diksha on a regular basis. And this list of requests keep growing and growing and growing. And now we have a global list that's available in 5 languages. And if Michael Northrop would add on the screen a few of the images of the teams. We have teams around the world. We have teams all in Australia, in all different time zones around the world, Australia, Japan, the Americas, North America, many teams in the United States, teams in Japan. And you can see these little cards here scrolling. Each of these teams is a small group of dedicated Seva beings that meets on a regular basis. And the European team meets every day. And I want to acknowledge Aurélie Gaudet, who's one of our hosts today. What a beautiful job she's done. She's an embodiment of devotion and service for meeting every day with the European community to offer Sai Maa Diksha to this list. And you can see, can you see this beautiful little pink card that we have on screen? Okay, so these statistics, this is the 4th year that we've been offering Sai Maa Diksha as global teams to this global list. So you can see that there are over 20 teams around the world. And these teams are in different time zones. So some teams have smaller groups of people, maybe five people. Some groups are much larger. The European team is maybe, sometimes they have 15, 20 people in their meeting on a daily basis. Is this right, Arlie? Yes, okay, give or take, okay. And some teams meet weekly. But the beautiful thing about the teams being around the world is that if you are on this list, you receive Diksha throughout the day, in the morning, afternoon, evening, and throughout the nighttime. So it's just wonderful that these teams are in service throughout the day. And if you're on the list, one individual, you'll see that you could receive Diksha over 1,000 times in a 1 month period. So the name of the person on the list would stay on the list for a month. So an individual gets served for a long period of time, every day, throughout the day and night. And 1,000 Diksha offerings is what somebody would receive if they're on the list over the course of a month, which is just tremendous. And we receive thousands of Diksha requests in the course of a month. New names are added to the list. Between 3,000 and 6,000 people join the list every month to receive this blessing. And since we started the Diksha list, we've had 60,000 individual requests, which is just amazing. And my hope is that we each share this blessing and the list continues to grow. And since we started, we've offered Sai Maa Diksha 29 million times as a global project. So just imagine the impact. So we are truly bringing Ma's mission of global enlightenment forward. We're using this beautiful tool of Sai Maa Diksha to be of service to humanity in a really big way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So now after share, oh, one more thing, I forgot. Our newest Sai Maa Diksha team is a Spanish speaking team. And I'm so pleased that our Spanish speaking community is, they've been very active over the last few years with training people to offer Sai Maa Diksha, which is amazing. And now they've joined the Global Diksha Project with a Spanish speaking Diksha team. So muchas gracias, bienvenido. Very happy about that. So I'm complete now with sharing about the Diksha teams, and I invite Kaori Wakita to join the screen, and we'll begin to actually offer Sai Maa Diksha as a community. And Kaori-san is from Japan and will be speaking slowly in Japanese. Welcome, welcome. Domo arigatou, Kaori-san.
はい、ありがとうございます。それでは、皆さん背筋を伸ばして、両鼻からゆっくりとハートの奥深くに深呼吸していきましょう。
Now straighten your back and take a slow, deep breath. Deep into your heart through both nostrils.
一呼吸ごとに体がリラックスしてハートがほどけていきます。
With each breath, the body relaxes and the heart is expanding.
今度は意識を私たちの源、神、グレートスピリットである根源に向けてつながっていきます。
Now, let us connect our consciousness to the source, God, the Great Spirit.
根源から与えられているすべてに愛と感謝を捧げ、その次元で根源からの愛と光を静かに呼吸しながら、その根源の光をゆっくりと頭頂まで下ろしていきます。
We give love and gratitude for all that the Source has given us. And quietly breathe the love and the light from the Source.
根源のコンタムな光が私たちの頭頂からすべてのチャクラを満たし、
We slowly bring the root light down to the top of our head in that dimension. The quantum light of the root field all the chakras.
そして尾骨の先からまっすぐ地球の中心へと降りていきます。
The quantum light coming from the top of your head, and then the tip of our tailbones straight down to the center of the earth.
私たちに惜しみなくすべてを与え、養ってきてくれた母なる地球、またガイアに愛と感謝を捧げ、今度はまたガイアからの愛を呼吸して、その愛とともに地球のエネルギーを吸い込んで、私たちの第一チャクラへと引き上げ、ハートへと吸い上げていきます。
We give love and gratitude to Mother Earth, Mata Gaia, who has generously given us everything and nourished us. And now we breathe the love from Mata Gaia. And with that love, inhale the energy of the earth and bring it up to our first chakra and into our heart.
ハートの中で天と地のエネルギーが統合され、呼吸とともにハートを満たし、メビウスの輪を描きながら、ここに集う全員のハートが一つにつながり、大きく広がっていきます。
In the heart, the energies of heaven and earth are integrated, freeing the heart along with the breath, drawing a Mobius circle, connecting the hearts of all gathered here as one.
今私たちは一人一人が天と地をつなぐ光の柱となり、愛の次元で一つになっています。
Now, each of us becomes a pillar of light, connecting heaven and earth, united in the dimension of love.
この一体感の中で、サイマーディクシャを与えてくださったサイマーとサイマーの系列につながっていきましょう。
In this oneness, let us connect to Sai Maa and the Sai Maa lineage that gave us Sai Maa Diksha.
お写真のマーの目を見てください。
Please see the Maa's photo.
ディクシャの神聖な光が早朝から私たちの脳を満たし、ハートを満たしていきます。
The divine light of Diksha fills our brain from the top of our head and fills the heart.
ゆっくりとその神聖な光を呼吸して、
Let us breathe that divine light.
ディクシャの光に委ねて神聖な器となっていきましょう。
Surrender to the light of Diksha and become a divine vessel.
ハートから両手に光が満ちていき、光があふれ出していきます。
The light fills our hearts and our hands. The light overflows from our hearts
それでは最初に感謝とともにセルフディクシャを捧げてまいりましょう。
Let us offer self-diksha with gratitude.
両手の小指同士を合わせるようにして手でお椀の形を作り、ゆっくりと両手をご自分の頭の上に下ろし、ディクシャを捧げてまいります。
Make a bowl shape with your hands by putting the little fingers of both hands together.
オームジェイジェイサイマー。
Om Jai Jai Sai Maa. Slowly lower your hands to your head and offer the Diksha.
それでは手をリラックスさせてください。オンジェイジェイサイマー。
Now you relax your hands on Jai Jai Sai Maa.
And now we are going to offer Diksha to the Lord to Global Diksha. I invite you to bring your hands up, facing the screen. Have this, Michael, thank you. And be aware that the flow of abundance of the light of Diksha is constant and passing through you, through your hands, for the thousands of names. I invite you to continue to hold your hands up. We are now going to offer Diksha, planetary ceremony. Jai Jai Sai Maa. You can relax your hands.
And continue to just sit in silence for a few moments. Allowing this flood of divine energy to expand and anchor in each of us. And in concluding our Diksha offering, offer your gratitude and expression in whatever way feels right for you. You can put your hand on your heart if you wish, and offer your own personal expression of gratitude You may wish to bow. Gratitude for the gift of this pure Diksha energy that comes directly from Source. Gratitude to our beloved Sai Maa for bringing this ancient teaching, this initiation to our global community that used to be held behind closed doors between one master and one student. So grateful that we're here as Ma's team at this time on the planet to expand this energy and share it with all of humanity. So grateful. And earlier in our meeting, we saw the pink list of numbers of the quantitative impact, the number of people served by this energy. And now we're going to hear the qualitative impact on what this Diksha energy has had on one individual. So now I'd like to introduce to you a friend of mine from Colorado. Her name is Catherine Monk, and we'll hear from Catherine for a few minutes about her experience of receiving Sai Maa Diksha from the global teams over the last year. So Michael has prepared for us something to share from Catherine Monk. A friend of mine from Colorado. Her name is Catherine Monk, and she's been through a long period of challenge. And I invited Catherine to speak to us today and share her experience of being on the Diksha list and receiving Sai Maa Diksha for several months over the course of a year and how that's impacted her. So welcome, welcome, and thank you for sharing, Catherine.
Oh, Jai Jai Sai Maa, beloveds. Yes, it's been a long year for me. And right before Christmas last year, I got COVID. And it's been, I think now, I can't remember how many months, but it slowly got better about 3 weeks after I got it. And then it started heading in another direction. And I went into a deep physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual tunnel. Very, very dark place. It was like falling down a hole that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get out of. And the way that it affected my body, I couldn't meditate. My mind wouldn't work the way it used to. Even focusing on a breathing exercise was very difficult. And I literally stopped doing everything. Ma's voice even was too much for my nervous system. Going online, going on the phone, all those things made my heart rate go up. And I just had to lie there in complete silence. The hair may not seem important to some people. When you're losing your identity and, I couldn't work, I couldn't feed myself, I couldn't give myself a shower. And then to lose my hair and look at, I'm not able to look at myself in the mirror because I didn't know who I was. Getting some hair back has been huge, and feeling that ability to feel just the tiniest little bit okay again is huge, so huge. But when the true walking and movement inside the house, inside my room, outside started to happen, it was like grace just went whoosh. And by Ma's grace, sharing Diksha with community. I first learned Diksha back in 2008. I was able to be put on a Diksha because all of a sudden, all of my dark memories, my heaviest emotions, the terror, the fear, the depression just stopped. And I was able to slowly start doing my own sadhana in the morning And it was such a gift. The passion and the gratitude I had, even for the simplest thing, like using a mala and giving myself Diksha, was really key. And now I'm able to use Diksha every morning. And I cherish it so much more than I ever did. And I'm even in a place where I can offer Diksha out into my community and my world. And I'm so grateful for those who stepped up to offer Diksha remotely during that time, because it was so dark. I couldn't find the light, and I knew it was there. And it slowly came back, and it's back even stronger than it ever was before. So I find the power of Diksha to be just pure grace in my life. And I just love the energy of Diksha. And I'm in this support group for people with long COVID every week. And the inspiration of what I've been through and what I've received is something that I now can share with these people. And if they're open to learning about Diksha, I hope it's something that I can even share further. It's miraculous. I've never felt so much joy and gratitude and love for the practices that Ma gives us. Think about how many people who never get to experience Diksha. And I add in as part of my world, and their suffering. The suffering can be so horrendous. And I give them all Diksha and from my soul. And all of these beings will never know in a conscious level probably that they're receiving a blessing. So I'm so grateful for the blessings that these teams, the team that worked with me, gave me. And it was such a comfort, because part of me knew, I didn't know the extent to how the Diksha program is done, but I knew I didn't have to give it to myself. I knew somebody else had me, and somebody else was giving me Diksha. And it was a huge weight off of me to let go of that peace and trust that somebody else was holding me and offering me Diksha on a regular basis. So I'm eternally, eternally grateful to this gift. I'm considering being part of the team for the Diksha because it means so much to me. Thank you.
Oh, Catherine, thank you so much for your sharing and for your courage. And I echo your gratitude to all of our Diksha teams and our global community for serving with this Diksha energy. It's really powerful to hear the impact when it's really needed, how much it can help. And as somebody on a Diksha team, I don't always experience that impact when I just see a list of thousands of names going by. Sometimes I forget that each individual receives exactly what they need through the intelligence and grace of this divine energy. So thank you for sharing. And I have an announcement for our team and our participants on the call. We have a special guest who will speak with us for 3 minutes now. I'd like to play a message that I just received from Reiko Ma, Rajeshwari Ma, who's a Mahamandaleshwar in the Vishnu Swami lineage. Most of us know Reiko Ma, and she just sent us a message because she knows that we're on this call. So I would like to go ahead and play this for us now, if I can get it up on the screen. And Michael, you'll have to just tell me if the volume isn't correct. I'm not as good as you are at the technical.
Jai Jai Sai Maa. This is Rajeshri Ma, and blessings to each and every one of you, all the Diksha givers and the Diksha groups around the planet. On this day of 11/11, on this day of immense light on the planet, when the portals open and we each become even deeper those conduits of light, the light of initiation of Diksha, the light of the remembrance of who we are. Sai Maa gifted this light to the planet many years ago as a way that we remember, we start that process of remembering the enlightened beings that we are, the love that we are, the joy that we are, the fullness of who we are on this planet. And it is so needed at this time. As we transition in this new era of Satya Yuga, Sai Maa gifted this energy to the planet for us to have, to initiate that pathway of enlightenment, that pathway of remembering who we are. The fullness and the totality of all that we are as unbounded beings of light, unlimited beings of light. And as each one of us remembers, passes it on, and that initiation gets passed on as each person moves into this incredible love, this incredible beingness of light that we are. The planet, then the planet herself is able to transform and transcend into the new era. We're all part of this awakening. We are all part of bringing this light out in the world. And I thank you for being who you are as a Diksha giver, as the ones who carry forth this light into the world. As you give your Diksha daily, weekly, monthly, as you give the Diksha to all those around you, to the planet, to yourselves. Remember that every time you pass this light through you, the planet receives this light, and those around you benefit from this light. As you transcend into that new era, so does the planet. And Diksha's an amazing way to participate and to serve. So I thank you for your service. I thank you for your light and your love. And I am so grateful and in so much joy that we get to be on this planet at this time together in sharing this immense gift of love. A gift from Her Holiness Sai Maa, and then your gift to the world. Jai Jai Sai Maa.
Ah, what a wonderful gift to hear from Rajeshri Ma. In the spur of the moment, thank you so much for sharing that message, Rajeshri Ma. And I'd like to also bring Arlie and Shiho-san on the screen with me. And we're coming up close to an hour of our call. And I just want to echo what Reiko Ma was saying, is the global impact of our offering. We as humans, I don't think we really know the scale and the scope of the impact of what we're having on a global level. And I remember Ma teaching, I remember Ma saying that other civilizations have sunk when they've reached this point of technological advancement. And what was missing was love. And so I wish to bring us again into a heart-centered oneness with one another, to reactivate and re-anchor this grid of oneness, selfless service, and knowing of infinite abundance of this Diksha energy continues to serve. And with our practice today on this Diksha call, I do ask and request that the Ascended Masters, all the beings of light, amplify and multiply this service and this energy as much as possible, as much as allowed by karmic law, to help continue to awaken all of humanity out of chaos and discord into love, peace, and harmony for all of us. And thank you to each one who's present today on the call and who's listening to the recording. And Arlie and Shiho-san, I invite you to help us close the call today.
I would like to take a moment of gratitude to all of you. Gratitude to all the Seva Diksha teams for their ongoing Seva. Gratitude to Reiko Ma and Catherine Monk for sharing their experiences, for the sharings. Gratitude to Michael for the technical support of this call. Amazing. Gratitude to all the translators, Veronique for French, Annette for Spanish, and Asuko for Japanese. Gratitude for this call itself altogether and the ability that we have to serve the work of our beloved Sai Maa. And gratitude to Ma for this precious, precious gift of Sai Maa Diksha in our lives. With all our hearts together as one. Om Jai Jai Sai Maa.
Jai Jai Sai Maa.
Om Jai Jai Sai Maa.